yoga problems. Ow! Yeah, got him. Got him today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yoga aficionados and practitioners and Raff-style listeners across the land. Oh. I'm going to try to keep it on point today, folks. I've noticed, and you have as well, I'm getting some feedback from the audience. Hey, is this a hot yoga problems content show, or is this just Rob talking about anything he wants on that commute home? Well, here's the thing. My brain just goes to wherever it wants to go, typically. That's how I let this, there's no editing, there's no choreography. I just hit record, let it rip on the ride home from my hot yoga class. When I'm in a state of mind that I feel like I can talk about stuff. But take your time. It's cool. Walk across the street. Take your time. There's no one waiting to exit the garage. Why would you want to hurry? What's the rush? Oh, but people are like, lately your hot yoga problems show has not really had much hot yoga in it. I'm just going off on tangents and things that bother me or upset me or whatever I see in the world around me. So I need to get back on target here because I have other products on this channel. For those of you who just are exclusive hot yoga problems consumers, I don't think there's many. There might be like one. The person out there who just likes my hot yoga content, you should check out my other streams. I got Riffing with Raff, little interviews with friends, family, loved ones. I got walk-in talks or drive and jive. It's like setting dependent. Am I in a car and just riffing and raffing, or am I walking around my neighborhood like a lunatic with a selfie stick? Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. But today, hot yoga problems, I want to talk to you about a serious problem, and this is, I think a couple episodes ago I was talking about the side crow. I don't even think it was the side crow. There's some other extended side crow, half twist. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, I cannot envision a world in which I will ever access this pose. And it's just frustrating because you're like, dang, man, I could spend the rest of my adult life, which is the rest of my life. You don't not become an adult at a certain age, do you? Senior citizen is still an adult. It's like a subcategory of it. So it's the remainder of my adult life and my life, my entire life. I could focus on yoga intensely every day and never access certain poses. I just don't see it as possible, absent massive breaking of my cartilage and ligaments. That might be necessary. Like Kill Bill, when the main character goes up to the mountain and studies under the Kung Fu master. I think she does splits and like he destroys her. And then you get rebuilt. It's kind of like a process. So I could do that potentially. Anyway, the pose today that I want to talk about, the hot yoga problem of the day, is called cow face pose. Cow face pose. Who came up with that crap? I don't even know how to describe it. I just suggest Googling it. Google cow face pose or OpenAI ChatGPT cow face pose. Although you need a picture. So here's where it's like the search engine wars are on big time, dude. Google had the lockdown, but ChatGPT and other platforms are starting to permeate. And it's just very fascinating to see all this unfold. So if you Google or if you ChatGPT, you'll get slightly different results, but you need to see an image of the cow face pose. You might not be that impressed with it. I'll be honest. You're gonna look at it and go, what's so hard about this, Raff? You're sitting down, so it's a seated pose. That makes it right off the bat probably easier than your average standing or halfway fold pose. But I don't even know what the opposite of standing is. It's not sitting. Opposite of standing is sitting. What's the middle way? What's that called? Squatting? Anyway, so it's a seated pose, but I can't quite describe to you the impossibility of it. It involves taking your legs and somehow crossing them, and then you're sitting back on your crossed legs. I don't know how to describe it. Bottom line is, we were there for a good 5 minutes doing different things, because once you're in the cow face seated pose, you can twist left and right. You can go up and down, back and forth, you know, and then you can fold over. It's like, so we were there for a while, and it's like, I can't do that. That's no good to me. So I'm just sitting there. I kind of went back in the child's pose. I gave up. I'm not prone to doing that, but I just I can't even get in the basic posture of the cow face pose to even attempt it. It's like, I want to do it. I want to try it. I want to get in the zone and get better at this pose, but I can't even access the most basic version of it. So how am I supposed to make progress, man? I think if I'm ever going to make a cow face pose, I need someone hovering over me and basically moving my limbs into the correct position. I would be like, what's the puppet's name in Pinocchio? Pinocchio! Giuseppe! Giuseppe is the puppet master. And Pinocchio is the puppet, am I correct? I've not watched that in decades. But the title of the movie is Pinocchio, and I think the point is Pinocchio is a puppet, and he comes to life, and he can detect lies or something. I don't remember. The point is, I need a yoga puppet master to come in and move me around, and basically, maybe they could even like drill rubber bands into my knees and joints and yank me in the correct positions. Would you pay for such an experience? I think the world is getting to a place where it would. People will subject themselves to torture and misery. I would do that. I would willingly submit to a yogi puppet master with rubber bands drilled into the core of the bone marrow of my femurs and other bones, the names of which I can't remember off the top of my head. I used to remember all the bone names, man, from that game Operation. Adam's apple. Adam's apple, right there, dude. That was the hard one to get. Wishbone, funny bone. Those are real bones, aren't they? That's what I feel like my surgeon does. He studied on Operation. Hey, where'd you go to college? Where'd you go to med school? Operation. All right, folks, that was a good one. Until next time. Namaste.